So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Moon as the Atmakaraka in your 11th house. As in what happens when Moon is in the 11th house, but as the Atmakaraka, planet with the highest degree, closest to the 30th degree point. And especially this is something that I use as a 7 Karaka scheme, not as the 8 Karaka scheme. Okay, I'm not saying that 8 Karaka will not work, but I'm a proponent of 7. But you can check it yourself in some software. Okay, so anything closest to the 30th degree point, excluding Rahu, Ketu, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, will become your Atmakaraka, the soul significator, which shows what the unfinished business of the soul is, who the individual is also. Okay. There are many, many points, but each point has a different way of telling who you are. Your ascendant has a way of telling you who you are. Ascendant Lord has a way of telling you who you are. Atmakaraka has a way of telling you who you are. And Jupiter, of course, has a way of telling you who you are. And what happens to you physically is what Mars is. So you have to be able to understand and decipher what is happening here, because this is something that, with the soul, you feel incomplete until this particular part is kind of rectified and resolved in your life. Now, usually it's always said, and mostly all planets will do well in the 11th house. Okay? But Moon is this one planet that can bring about definite something with the mother will be there. Either mother's health, relationship with the mother, some major up and or downfall that you have to deal with the mother. The individual themselves will do well with Moon in the 11th, but with the mother it becomes different. Okay, and the thing is that becomes the accomplishing dilemma for this person, is that even if they don't want to talk to the mother, deal with the mother, they need to do that. They have to resolve those issues with the mother in order to kind of move past this point. And especially with Moon in the 11th house, you will see this person becomes too involved in other people's business, too much into wanting to take care of other people, sometimes even against their own wishes, purposely wanting to inject themselves and wanting to do things for them, do this for them, do that for them. Like they want to take on the pain of the world. They feel like it's the biggest thing. It's like when they're in service to people, they feel great. Like they feel like I have to be in service to people. If I'm not in service to people, I'm not doing what I need to do. Okay. And the thing is, because of the fact Moon is here, a person will also be very eccentric. A person will also be very dual nature. There's these sudden bursts of eccentricity that comes out. Because one minute they will be logical about everything in life that the world thinks is logic. But then the next minute, they can also suddenly go into the other spectrum, okay, where the world just does not understand them or may not want to understand them. So, and then the thing about you will see with this Atmakaraka Moon is that when something happens, let's say some good thing happens in their life, they'll be ecstatic like nobody's business. When something down happens, they will be crying. They'll be crying a river. Okay? Especially you will see this more with water and air signs, with Moon in the 11th. But there's that duality. Okay? Now, if let's say this Moon gets supported by other planets, like Jupiter, then it stabilizes. But especially it'll behave differently for men and women. With men, it will not behave the same way. With women, it's actually going to behave the way that I'm saying it is. With men, what happens is they become extremely ambitious because of the struggles that they dealt with the mother. Sometimes too ambitious. Like, those people who have always been looking for approval of the mother or father, one of the parents, and they'll do everything. The best example would be Faramir, Boromir's brother in Lord of the Rings. He always looked for approval of the father and never rejected what he said. Until the end, only at the very last minute, the father felt something for his son, but it was too late. And this is the type of scenario that plays out, that the person, especially if it's in a man's chart, the relationship with the mother may not be good, or the mother's health will not be great, but it'll always be desiring to win some sort of an approval of the mother. Because that is the Atmakaraka's goal, is to gain something through the mother. Usually it's the affection and the approval. And one of the things we also see with Moon in the 11th, children will rebel against you. Okay. And usually they will have multiple breakups before they settle with someone. They will have people who will suddenly just lose interest in them. And then after a while, especially when they get married in their mid-30s, that's when they find the right person. And usually one of the siblings will not like you with this particular position. One sibling, if you have one sibling only, yes, there will be, especially elder sibling, there will be something with them. Some form of major difference will happen. And usually this person who has Moon in the 11th as the Atmakaraka, their sole desire is to leave home and go far away, wanting to live away from their own environment. And that is actually much better for them. Like I said, Moon in the 11th will give you tremendous gain at one point in life. You will have comfort, you will have everything, but it's just that mother part that doesn't, fulfills, and that is becoming the soul's own lonely agenda, is to either become the mother or get the satisfaction of the mother from the mother. Okay. So anyway, guys, this is my analysis of Moon in the 11th house as your Atmakaraka. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss this topic videos and want to know where your moon is placed along with all your slots and details. Check out the links here at Astrology.com, where you'll find my especially #1 course now, Wristwatch and Wealth, which also shows you smartphone and Vastu in there as well. #2 is, of course, Nadi course. But yeah, that has become #1.